Be live. Okay. So, there's a lot of information, some of it conflicting, some of it confusing, some of it conflated. It's just messed up. There's all sorts of tinfoil hat information going around, and there's a lot of confusion as a result. So I figured I'll try to. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. I hope I don't rant on. Um, this is a discussion about Kalgura farming, shipping in specific, trying to get those mirror shards and stuff. So disclaimer: first things first, stop wasting your time. The margin of error or variance in results that you get from the shipping overlaps in both of the dominant strategies, which is 17.1 million and 50 million. Those are the two strategies at the moment. The results overlap, so neither of them is clearly better. Neither of them is better. Um, because sometimes you can get 0 mirror shards, sometimes you can get 3 mirror shards, or you can get nothing, or you can get something. It's the results don't have a clear victory, like a clear better thing to do. Having said that, the goal of the whole shipping is just passive gains. You want to be playing the game, and then your shipments get sent out and earn you stuff. You don't want to babysit it. You don't want to commit your entire play session to Kalgor shipping. You want to go blast some maps that's more fun. So, in that regard, I'm gonna start off talking about the 50 mil shipment, how it works. So, 50 million shipment is the most passive way where you don't actively try to farm the dust, and it's because there's so many different types of crops getting sent. The dust penalty is multiplier penalty is a lot less, so you get a lot more like value that builds up, kind of thing. So yeah, there's gotta be a spreadsheet about that somewhere. Just realize that you need to farm less dust in order to do the 50 million shipment, and you need to farm more dust for the 17 million shipment because you're trying to multiply uh, a smaller number of crops into like a bigger value with the 17 million shipment. It's just out of proportion. It's much worse. It's doable if you want to do it. I'll, little explanation about it. But let's just say 50 million shipment, easiest to do. Um, oh, and because 50 million shipment is making full use of the rank 9 farming bonus, you can do that with the 17 mil shipment too, but the it's much easier to just, you know, I'll explain. There's nuances in the 17 million shipment if you want to make use of it or not. There's different ways to do it. But the 50 mil shipment makes full use of rank 9 farming, so there's no variance in that. It's just one way of doing it. There's nothing else to do. Um, so um, I'll skip right along to how the 50 million shipment works if you want to just do the passive gains. So value for divines. So what this means is um, from the first 17 million, there's a chance that you receive divines. And after that 17 million, the chances of the divines getting converted to mirror shards goes up. So first you're trying to fill the maximum divines you can get. That caps out at 17. So for the first at the first 17 million mark, you're getting the maximum number of divines that you can get. After the 17 million, you're multiplying the chances to convert, or you're adding chances to convert divines into mirror shards. Um, 17 is where it starts for the conversion, and then every uh, 4 or 7 million, I don't know what the breakpoints are exactly, but um, there's diminishing returns. If you do 34 million shipment as opposed to 50 million shipment, there's only a penalty of like 1 mirror shard type of thing. You're not gonna get 3, you're gonna get 2 kind of thing. But um, you want to send the full 50 million because it's much easier to do it. Okay. So yeah. 17 mil uh fills the divines in the what do you call it, in the shipping. And value conversion starts at 17 million, um, but ends at 50 million. And there's diminishing returns from 34 to 50. There's quite a lot, but it still increases your chances of mirror shard conversion. So you still want to go to 50. So bad diminishing, but still good. So if you are super active, okay. Let me skip right along. If just finish off with the 50 million shipment. Um, how do you get your dust for the 50 million shipment? The easiest, cheapest way to do it is to buy Val scouting reports. If you have Kirak missions, you buy Val scouting reports, and you re-roll with the scouting reports until you get Val Temple. Val Temple, the special map that has the um with vessels or whatever. I forget what it's called. Vessels which drop implicit corrupted stuff. That's on the implicit. Those maps are quite expensive, but if you get the Val scouting report, it's like 2 chaos each. 2 chaos for, let's say on average, it might be like 4 chaos to generate a map. Um, yeah, you just want to pick up all corrupted uniques with implicits and throw them at ROG. That's it. That's the easiest. So not for the layout of the farming that you want to do is there's a few different layouts that give the same value per hour. The just this is just an example. So Xanthium is on the top left, Orgord top right, wheat in the middle left, corn middle right, pumpkin bottom left, wheat bottom right. That is that one there. So what I've done here is just added up. This is not my spreadsheet. This is somebody else's spreadsheet. I posted a link in my Discord. But yeah, so I've added a little bit of info to it. So the spreadsheet comes with amount of crops, shipment value per single crop, but they don't have like a value per hour for the shipments. So I've just done like a multiplied the production by the value, and then that's your per hour, you know, value, farmed value per hour. So there's a few different layouts. If you change like this, nothing changes. The production is the same. Um, there's overlapping sort of, but you can't get higher than 252,246. You can't get higher than that. That's the cap. Unless somehow maybe you can get one or two more. If somebody plays with it, you can play with it. Feel free. This is going to be linked in my Discord, so you can grab it from there. I'll leave a Discord invite link in the description on the YouTube video. And now that, yeah, your 50 million shipment, less waste of time is covered. That's it. Now I'll talk about the 17 million shipment. So the 17 million shipment is trying to do basically filling the shipment with divines on the first cap. So basically, you fill your 17 million worth of divines, and you can't get any more divines than that. And then you're just throwing them out through shipping, trying to get a mirror shard, because you're not trying to get the full like shipment amount. You're just throwing at conversion. You don't have the full conversion ratio, whatever, or the full conversion chances, but you still have them. So this is before the penalty for diminishing returns. You're just throwing away 17 million, hoping for a mirror shard conversion. And mirror shard conversion does start from 14 million, I think, somewhere around there, and then after about 24, it starts to diminish. So instead, they've opted for maximizing the number of divines and then throwing them at conversion potential. So that's what the 17 million shipment is all about. You fill up the maximum amount of divines you can get, and then throw it at the port, and see if you get any mirror shards back. So you have some conversion potential, but not capped out to 50 million. That's the whole point of that. There's a couple of caveats when you, because of the way dust multiplies the value. In order to get to the 17 million, you actually need to send a lot more dust, or you need to wait a hell of a lot longer to do the requirement for the 17 million. There is Sir Gog mentioned there's actually a penalty for having too many different types of crops, like a quantity penalty. So you overcome this quantity penalty by going for 50 mil on the 50 mil shipment, but you overcome this penalty on the 15 million shipment by doing two types of crops, dual crops. This is absolutely mandatory. If you're gonna do dual crop 17 mil, you should actually call it the dual crop shipment, because I feel like some people have gotten that wrong. They're sending all of the crops and therefore are getting penalized by the quantity or something, whatever the hell. I don't know. It's yeah. So it's kind of weird. Sir Gog explains the math. It makes sense. But yeah, so you have to do dual crops. Which two doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which two crops you send, as long as it's only two different types of crops. But what I was saying, you need a lot more dust, is because you're only sending two. The dust can only act on a multiplier to two crops instead of a multiplier to six crops. So therefore, you need a lot of dust. A lot of fucking dust. That's where you get into not passive. You have to go into active games. And then there's multiple ways to do this. So let's say rule 1, you only send two crops. You top up the dust until you reach 17.1 million. And then to get that dust, to be able to send it 3 times a fucking week or whatever, you have to buy uniques to farm. You have to buy uniques to disenchant. You have to. If you don't, you're gonna spend a lot of time inside the Glittering Anarchy strat, which a lot of builds can't do it. Blight Titanic farm is doable for a lot of people, but it is not easy. They can also get you very killed very easily. So I would say that's more limiting to people unless they're gonna spend currency to fill up their dust. I wanted to also show you this. This will also be in the Discord. It's a dust to chaos ratio, chaos price, divine price, whatever. It's dust per chaos ratio. You have item level, quality you can change, so you can figure out what's worth buying to disenchant. This will be in the Discord as well. So I think that covers everything. Yeah. So I'll leave it. I'll leave the screen here for for a few seconds if you wanna pause the video. It's gonna be uploaded to YouTube. Hopefully not too long. It's only 15 minutes so far. And yeah, that's it. So if you wanna welcome to Discord, there's a channel I just created for this info, so it's less confusing. And I'll join you there. Peace. All right, stream has started again.